Hi, ladies. We're going to give it just a few minutes, see if anybody else pops on. I'm in a different room today because Mike is downstairs snoring. And I'm going to mute you guys and wait for other people to pop in. Make sure I have all my questions. I don't expect to have more than 5 or 6 people on here on a Saturday at 5 o'clock, but it's recorded, so it's okay. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes and then we're going to get started. All right, we're going to get started here. All right, so hopefully you guys can see me. There's like a window right here, but oh, much better. Hopefully that's better for you guys. All right, so today is just about questions and answers, and I got a couple of questions. And then I went back through previous challenges and I pulled out some questions from those challenges as well, because I keep all my notes. So I'm going to go through them all. I'm just going to run through them. And then if you have any questions while I'm doing it, just do something so I know. So what do I do if I'm having trouble hitting my protein goal? So basically bulking up your protein, having 6 to 8 ounces at every meal, or supplementing it with a protein shake, a protein bar, chicken broth, any kind of beef broth, that would be great as a supplement to it. Can I only eat at certain meal times? What about my snacks? You can eat your macros any time of the day, however you want them. If you want to eat one giant meal or you want to eat 77 different snacks, it doesn't matter as long as you get them in. Do you track oil used in a pan while cooking? What about condiments? What about marinades? So oil cooking in a pan, I say no, because it burns off. So you don't have to really worry about it. It's not that big of a number that you would have to track it. Condiments, yes, because ketchup is full of sugar. Barbecue sauce is full of sugar. So yes, you would need to track that. And marinades, even though it's absorbed, I would definitely track it because it still sits on there. It's not cooked off. So hopefully that answers your question. Do I need to worry about sugar intake? No, because we account for your sugars with your carbs. But of course, be aware of the sugar intake that you have. But as far as macros tracking goes, total carbs is already accounted for it. So you don't have to worry about that. What do you suggest if you hit all your macros, but at the end of the day, you are still a little hungry? So there's a couple of tricks for that. There's a something called BCAAs, which is your branched chain amino acids. You can drink those. You can even make a slushy out of them. I think Lauren, I had given that suggestion, and she does that when she's hungry. It's really good. Um, Drinking a cup of coffee, having some tea, that will suppress your appetite. Trying to think what else. I prefer that that you don't eat food, but if you have to have something, maybe a lower calorie snack, maybe a protein shake, any of those would go. But stick to the first things I said. Right, going to the next. When tracking alcohol, does it matter if it's wine, spirits, beer, or etc.? No, all alcohol is treated the same. Of course, you can put juice in it or olives or anything like that. You have to account for those as well. But all alcohol is accounted for the same. Don't let White Claws and Trulies and all those throw you off. You just take the full calorie amount, divide it by 7. You choose, is it carbs, is it fats? And then when you log it into whichever app you're using, Fitbit or MyFitnessPal, create a new item, name it whatever you want. I have mine Shannon's Tito's, and then you just put the calories and the carbs, fats, whatever you're going to use it as that you choose. Someone asked about overnight oats. What overnight oats do I use? I don't make my own overnight oats. I buy mush. For me, that's the easiest thing to do. You don't have to do that. But I don't make my own overnight oats. If somebody does, if you want to put a recipe in the recipe group, that would be great. If you download Fit Men Cook, it's an app, it's free. They have great recipes in there as well for everything. Moving on. How close do I need to be when it comes to hitting my daily macros? So I don't want you to obsess and have to get 0. 0 is great, but it's not going to impress me and it's going to drive you freaking insane. So I always say up to 10 over under protein carbs. And I mean, I prefer 4 to 5 for fats, but I'm giving you a leeway to 7. 8 is not acceptable. 11 is not acceptable when your protein's carbs. It's 10 is the number, 7 is the number. So please keep that in mind. Please don't try to keep your numbers perfectly. I know people do when they send it to me and they're all excited about it, which is great, but it's not something I'm looking for. You don't need to do that. Should I focus on calories or macros goals? You are looking to hit your daily macros. If you hit your daily macros, your calories will fall into place. Could be a little over in your calories because the health department, the FDA, allows companies to guess on some things over and under. So it could be a little skew, but don't worry about that. How much weight do you expect me to lose per week while tracking my macros? I don't expect you to lose. I don't have any expectations. I set your numbers for 1 pound, but some people go over, some people go under, and it's not going to be every single week consistently. When you track macros, it's usually every other week you lose weight, and the opposite week you're losing inches, which is why I have you guys take pictures, especially in the same outfit you're wearing. What do I do if my progress stalls? So with macros, you really shouldn't get a progress stall because I could always change your numbers, but it's 14 days without seeing any progress with 100% tracking your macros every day consistently. If you message me after 18 days and you say my scale hasn't moved, and I look at your calendar and I see that you're not tracking every day, then I'm going to tell you I'm not going to touch your macros. You need to track every single day. That's the program. Next up. And I do want to say, be patient, make your changes slowly, take your time. We're going to dial things in, trust the process. It works. I promise it works. Seeing is believing. You see it in the transformation pictures I post all the time, which is why I do that. I want to get to this after common mistakes that people make. Can you eat out and be successful eating your macros? Of course you can. Most food chains, restaurants, are available with their nutrition information online. And all you have to do is search the meal and then nutrition data will come up. And then let's say you go somewhere and it's not on there and it's, I don't know, chicken with mushrooms and tomatoes. What you're going to do is break it down. I had 6 ounces of this, it had 3 ounces of this, and you're just going to make your meal like you do your alcohol. You can always guess and guess higher. Don't stress out about it. I want you to eat out. I don't want you to have restrictions. I want you to keep your social life. Do I need to track macros every single day for the rest of my life? No, when you're on vacation, you don't have to track macros. All right, moving on. More questions. Someone asked me about the Cool Whip. I mean, I can't tell you which Cool Whip to get because you're not restricted. I don't believe in anything fat-free. Fat-free is what made America obese. And we don't want to fall into that category. So I would say light or low fat, any of those are fine. And putting those with the graham crackers for your ice cream sandwiches is amazing. So that I would suggest. Someone asked me, should I be cooking my chicken or am I logging my food raw or raw versus cooked? I did talk about this, but you want to make sure you're identifying your entry as cooked or raw, first of all, when you're putting it in your app. So if you're measuring raw, weighing raw, you're choosing raw. If you're weighing, if you have it already cooked from somewhere, you're looking for cooked. So you don't want to off skew that. 6 ounces of chicken breast cooked is significantly more calories and macros than 6 ounces of chicken breast raw, because 6 ounces of chicken breast raw is likely to lose 25% of its weight after it's being cooked. So keep that in mind. That's that question. I got to go to my phone because I have more questions on my phone. I feel like I'm just like, don't do these questions quickly. Hold on one second. Let me pull up my phone. I just screenshot the pictures. For the meeting this afternoon, can you talk about calculating alcohol again? Oh, healthiest alcohol beverages, tequila. That's it. That is the healthiest alcohol beverage. It has the least calories. So if that's what you're going for, then that's what I would do. Do I have to do all the workouts that you put in my profile? No, those are just there for you if you want to do them. And then I also had somebody ask where they are. So they're in the kettlebell on your dash. So you should be able to see that. My question for tonight is, how realistic is it to hit your macros every single day? If it's not a realistic goal, what is? So a realistic goal is every single day, 7 days a week. If you don't hit your macros 7 days a week, you're not on the program. Consistency is key. You don't want to take 2 steps forward Monday through Friday and then 2 steps back Saturday and Sunday. It happens, we do it, but try not to do that consistently as well. You want to do your macros every single day. Doesn't matter what happens, as long as you're on the program. So please keep that in mind. She said she's competitive. Well, that's why it is a challenge, because there's a prize at the end. Who tracks every day, who hits their macros every day, and who has the biggest weight loss per percentage, like they do with Biggest Loser, gets a monetary prize. So this is huge. It is a competition. I don't want to say don't take it lightly, but if you're competitive, this is your opportunity to win. I want to say this time it's $200 or $250. I can't remember. So that's huge. That's a big deal. All right, let's see. What are the most, well, I'm going to read this. Okay. So I wanted to read this because it's the most common mistakes people make with tracking macros. Not being honest with yourselves and not tracking accurately. Oh, I forgot I ate that Hershey's Kiss, or I really didn't have, I only had a bite of it, but I had half of it, but I'm only going to put a quarter. I don't want Shannon to get upset with me. So be honest with yourself and track accurately. Don't forget the little snacks and bites and licks and all those things that you did. Another one, I'm going to read this. Not being consistent enough, tracking Monday through Thursday and then skipping Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You will yield minimal results. The more consistent you are, the better your results will be. And not giving it enough time. It takes a few weeks to get your body to respond to macros. That's just your human metabolism. And some people are quicker than others. Don't get discouraged. Don't ever compare yourself to anybody else. We are all different, and rightfully so. You know, if we were all the same, then that would make no sense. All right, hold on one second. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything else. Yeah, if you watch the movie or the Zooms in my app as a workout, it's going to trigger your iWatch. And if your iWatch gets triggered, it's going to think it's a workout. So you have to say no, you don't want it to record your workout. Don't forget that. But that's why I have a YouTube and they're all in there. So I'm going to change paces really quick because I'm done with all the questions that I received. But the challenge starts on Monday. And I'm going to be adding you guys to the main groups, the main nutrition group, and you're going to start to see everybody hitting their numbers every day. I am putting a tighter rein on it. It's going to be 10%, which is still within 10 of your macros. So nobody has to worry about that. And those are daily shout outs. When you hit your macros, you get a daily shout out. If you don't hit your macros, you're not going to get a daily shout out. So I'm going to be adding you guys to that. And someone asked me where I get my collagen peptides. There's a group called Important Links. I have an Amazon account or an Amazon store, and it's called Shred Tribe Favorites. There's snacks in there. There's so many resources in there that you guys can pull for things to eat that you can order off of Amazon. And then the cheat sheets are really important. I was training one of the Shred Tribe clients the other day, and she said, I really don't need to ask you how I'm going to hit my protein, carbs, or fats because I have all the cheat sheets. And you're absolutely right. But you're more than welcome to message me at any time. But the cheat sheets are going to be your best friend. So make sure you guys do that and prepare, prepare, prepare. The more prepared you are, the more successful you will be. All right. For those that are on here, there's only 5 on here, which is unfortunate, but for those that are on here, does anyone have any questions? I'm the only one with my picture. I mean, with me actually on here. Everybody else, I'm looking at their pictures. All right, so hopefully I answered everything. Someone asked me about my Zoom private trainings. I do them, but I'm not going to answer that in this question and answer group. So if anybody's interested in it, just message me and I will give you some information about it. They're only 30-minute sessions. And yes, the retreat is full. If any spots open up, I will let you guys know, but all the rooms and the beds and everything is taken. I will be doing another one. I'm hoping to do it every 6 months because it seems like everybody wants to do it, which is super fun. I will be ordering Shred Tribe tank tops. So I will put that in the group as well. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys all have an amazing Saturday. Oh, wait, I see a question. If I do 4 days a week, hold on. If I do 4 days a week exercise like Pilates, should I also do cardio? Well, 4 days a week of exercise like Pilates, I'm not sure what that means. What's like Pilates? Like yoga? Are you getting your heart rate up? If you're not getting your heart rate up, then yes. Oh no, yes, you have to do some kind of cardio. For sure. Yep. Anyone else have any questions? That was smart. I didn't even think that you guys can type it in there. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have an amazing Saturday. Thank you for those that came on today. I appreciate it. Remember, always be badass, and I will see you guys this week. I'll be posting stuff to remind you that you're starting on Monday, weigh-ins, meal prep, all those things should be happening, and have a great day. Bye, guys.